and making sure that everything is going to be okay for their next run. It's going to get hot in there as well for these guys. You know, we got clear blue skies here in LA. It's proper Californian sunshine. What sort of temperatures are they going to be having in the cabin there?
Well, we're definitely experiencing the California sunshine here from where we are up in the tower. It's fantastic up here. Hello to everybody out there. The guys in the cars are going to be burning out. And let's face it, the cars are running very hot. As you said earlier today, the radiators in the back of the car, there's heat that transfers into the cabin. They're wearing a 3-layer no-mix fire suit. It's going to be hot in there. Yeah,
it's not going to be easy at all. And when you're sitting on the line, least of all in a matte black car like Liam Duran is, he's going to be boiling. He's going to be losing some weight, shall we say. That's going to be an advantage.
But let's face it, he's the guy in the dark suit and all that implies. And so the paint scheme is perfect for Liam. Again, he's not here to make friends. And, you know, even if he was friends with Joseph Burke, which he really isn't, they're two young guys, but they don't know each other that well. In turn one in racing, you know this well, you have no friends. There are no friends in turn one.
You've got to get your elbows out. There might be the odd wing mirror, I think, that's going to be collected by the odd corner worker by the time we finish our gold match. But that's a way away, our second quarter final. Joseph Burke on the right-hand side, so he's got the inside line, you could say. Doran has chosen to go on the left-hand side with his black Monster Citroen. Now he's third in the European Championship at the moment, and that is an ultra-competitive class. It really is. There's not an inch between them in Europe. And Doran with the Citroen C4, it's been developed in the World Rally Championship and it's been victorious with Frenchman Sebastian Loeb. He's winning nearly everything at the moment. Doran leads into the first corner, but look at the closing speed of the Mitsubishi. He's not going to give up.
Joseph Burke had a great launch there considering what he's up against. Let's not forget he's got great power out of that car. And I'll tell you, his first win in an open all-wheel drive rally car came on his birthday when he was 18 years old. Gave himself a great birthday present. Happy birthday to me. And it seems like it might be his birthday again today here if he can run down Liam and make a pass.
Now this is the view on the left-hand side as you come from the asphalt onto the dirt. There's been a bit of water put down to try and keep the dust down, and Doran is going to go for the jump. Surely he's not going to be able to hold himself back. He won't be able to help himself, Emil.
Yeah, you're exactly right, of course. I mean, Mr. Excitement, right? And now Burke, of course, takes the gap. Burke is out front. This is where he's got to put his head down, make hay, get out in front of him, try to put the pressure on Liam. We know he can crack under pressure, so let's hope that he can do something here.
Now the Mitsubishi is really making hay. It's a light cluster, I think, that's hanging off the back of that car. Doesn't matter, it's been held up by the wiring. It clips the wall. He's certainly got the confidence. He is driving the best we've ever seen him. This is fantastic stuff.
Really rising to the moment. It's good to see that from such a young guy. Burke, 20 years old. He's a student at Auburn University, which, by the way, not far from LSU, which is where Van Wey is from, but pretty exciting stuff right here.
I think he's going to be a PhD in sideways. And Doran is not over yet. Oh, Doran has got the advantage as they come onto the home straight with half a lap to go. The Citroen leads as it comes onto the dirt. There was a massive kick up there when they were doing free practice. It seems to have leveled itself out, and the driver's keeping it under control. Doran going to be going through to the semi-final when he sees the checkered flag in just one corner time, and he is in the semi-final against Tanner Faust. Wow,
and you can imagine
what a run that's going to be.
You can imagine Liam in the car with all his cocky attitude thinking, yeah, thanks for coming there, Burke. Next.
Yes. I've worn these tires out now. They're not English mechanics that are running Liam Doran here this weekend. They've got some Swedes in there as well, so they call them Swinglish mechanics.
Swinglish, I love that. Hey, listen, now we're going to see Doran up against Faust. These guys have a history. They've tangled once or twice. Talk about our guy on the white horse and our guy in the black suit. They're going to go head-to-head next time, man. You do not want to miss out. We're going to see some replays here now of the action we just saw. And here comes Faust right on cue, lining it up. This is going to be a good battle.
Now this is the start. The Mitsubishi got the better reaction, but there's nothing like grunt. There's nothing like horses. And it was the cavalry that was unleashed by Doran. Not a hope for the poor little Mitsubishi.
Right.
Oh!
But you see, Burke was just hanging it out there, giving it all he's got. And, I mean, wow, he's got to be proud of the effort he gave. Great timing right there on that shot. We see Burke flying over Liam. Wasn't that close, though, was it? We see another angle at the finish. Liam does it, and next is Tanner.
It's going to be more X Games 17 2011 rally car racing action here in just a moment. Jen Horsey presents our BF Goodrich Performance Upgrade in just a few moments' time. But in the meantime, we have got two cars already on the start line because we've got Marcus Gronholm getting ready to battle with Stefan Verdier. Jen Horsey presents now our BF Goodrich Performance Upgrade. Jen?
What's different about this car than your car is this little button right here. That's the launch control, and what it does is control the amount of power that goes to the wheels when these guys are on the starting line. It's one of the last thing these guys are going to do before they go. They'll press this button and they'll go 0 to 60 in 2 seconds.
Yeah, not only are they going to press that button for launch control, but the popping that you hear in the cars when they're at the starting line, you hear wah, pop, 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 pop. That's the anti-lag being activated, and that's keeping the turbo spooled up to make the most power when the cars launch out of the hole. So the cars are, on purpose, they're misfiring. It is a misfire.
Next of our quarterfinals, it's the third of our quarterfinals. On the left, two-time world rally champion from Finland, and surely the tallest driver that's ever been squeezed into a rally car, Marcus Gronholm. On the right-hand side, Stefan Verdier with his Subaru, getting ready to race. Marcus Gronholm with the Ford Fiesta creeping. Listen to the noise go! Oh, look at the Subaru. It's not giving up. The Ford Fiesta's got some work to do. Are they going to touch it in the first corner? No. Marcus Gronholm, he had the inside line. He had the right-hand side when he left the grid. And he's got the advantage at the moment. Verdier, I thought he had him there.
Oh, I really did too. And listen, Steph is a good friend of mine. I tell you, one of his life highlights, he told me, he passed Marcus Gronholm on the outside of Irwindale around a turn. And so you know Stefan really wanted to take it to him. And this isn't over by a long shot, by the way. This one really isn't. I know I keep saying that. Steph is going to have something for Marcus here.
Marcus goes left. He's going to take the jump with the Best Buy Ford. The baby blue. It's almost like the blue of the Finnish flag. Oh, the Subaru's got ahead. Normally we see them level there, do we, Emil? Yeah. So the Subaru's got a good run through that other part.
And now here's where Stefan puts his head down, puts in some clean laps, tries to recover that gap that he'd lost to Marcus. And oh, let's hope he can do it. This is going to be a good merge.
This is going to be a tight one, and Gronholm knows it as well. He's really hanging it out as he goes around the bus stop section. Over the line they go. Next time they're going to see the checkered flag. Gronholm, 43 years old. He's been Mr. Rallying in Finland. Mind you, there's so many flying Finns, but if you want to win, you need to get a Finn. But he's under big pressure here from Verdier.
Yeah, kids, and if you don't know too much about Finland, as Stefan takes the jump, Finland is where they breed world-class rally drivers, okay? So now you know a little something about Finland. Here we come to the merge.
Oh,
Gronholm's
got ahead. Gronholm's got ahead. As he comes into the first corner, he's got just about 3 or 4 corners to go as Marcus Gronholm, and he knows that he's got ahead. He's probably had a quick glimpse in his mirror.
So good effort by Stefan. I mean, as expected, the factory guy, the fastest guy out here, goes ahead and wins the race. But listen, that's car, just to put things in perspective, we have a factory Ford going up against a car that Stefan built in his driveway, his girlfriend's driveway, to be fair. And that car has been a street car, 2 street cars. It was 2 crash cars he put together. It's been a rally car. It's been a drift car. It's been a rally. The only thing that car hasn't done is deliver pizzas. Everything else it's done.
It's delivered fever for us here up in the commentary booth and for you watching. Look at that start.
The best start we have had yet.
Exactly.
For sure.
Couldn't agree more. And he was ahead. But of course there was this great big baby blue Ford in the middle of where he needed to put the Subaru. On board with the side camera. That's what it looks like if you're a dog putting your head out of the rear window going down to the shops.
And there you see Steph taking a little bit of a nose ahead. Maybe he was trying to reenact that pass on the outside of Marcus, but he thought better of it. Wisely so, I might add.
And the commitment from these guys, Emil, you know, they've left the line. They don't know what the grip's like. It's getting warmer and warmer. The track surface is getting warmer and warmer. Literally minute by minute here. Little bit here, little bit there. And if these tires get too hot, they just turn to putty and they turn to plasticine and they just go all squishy.
And let's keep in mind there's other variables here. You mentioned the heat and the tires are changing surely. The guys at road race, you guys will know about that, but there's a variable here that changes every lap, and it's the dirt, it's the gravel, it's the marbles. You don't know what the heat before you has done to this track surface, and you're kind of going in there blind sometimes.
As these guys prepare, Marcus Gronholm is going to go through. X Games 17 continues live from Los Angeles Sunday on ESPN and ESPN2 as your favorite action sports athletes compete for X Games gold. X Games 17 live on ESPN Sunday at 5 Eastern, continuing on ESPN2 at 7. Coverage is also available online at ESPN3.com and in super spectacular ESPN 3D. Now then, we've got the next of our quarterfinals coming up here downtown in LA. The rally car racing quarterfinal, the last of our 4 quarterfinals, Emil. And we've really got the Dave race. We've got the Subaru race.
Well,
this is going to be terrible for Subaru USA because they know they're going to lose somebody.
This is a win-win or a lose-lose, depending on how you look at it, right? Glass half full, half empty. We've got the Daves against one another. We've got the factory Subaru guys against one another. It's going to be tough for us here in the booth to tell the two cars apart. Head-on, they look pretty similar, but very, very different driving experience here. Of course, Higgins set the car up for Mira during the season and in the rally championship as well. So, you know, this is a bit of the mentor and the mentee, I guess, the students.
David's got his brother Mark. Mark's a former multiple British champion. They've got a rally school at home. They must rally from one end of the house to the other. It is totally and utterly in their blood, as it is here at X Games. And Higgins has got the drop immediately. And Dave Mira's got a lot of work to do. Subaru, surprise, surprise, leads Subaru.
Listen, we can't discount Mir, though. He's got a lot to prove. Let's not forget he is Mr. X Games. He loves his fans. He so much appreciates their support. He's going to get all he's got. But, again, it's stacked against him. The experience of Higgins alone is overwhelming. It's got to be.
Now, the last time we saw David Higgins in one of the rounds, he was against Bruce Miller, and he finished the last few corners with a flat on the rear right of his Subaru. And as they both don't take the jump, you never do know. You've got to actually look after the car. You cannot completely thrash it.